friends, this is Meg at Chasing Retro. Today I wanted to get on really fast, I hope I can be fast, and show you a few of the things that I have grabbed over the past week or so, and also give you an update on the cat and kitten journals. The first thing that I wanted to show you was this may be my very first order off of Instagram. I put on my community page last week that I was looking for makers who do dyed papers. I know how to dye papers. I don't love doing it. I don't have a great place for them to dry. So to me, I just figured because of the types of journals I had coming up, it would be a better use of my time and my dollars to support other makers and who do a much better job and more efficient than I am at dyeing papers. So I ordered from one from Instagram and I ordered from one from Etsy, and it's not here yet, but the Instagram order is here, and it is from Lovely's Crafting Lodge. I'm sure you guys have heard of her. I think she used to be on Etsy, but now she sells through Instagram. I will link her Instagram channel below. But she just had some really unique and the word I'm looking for, very super vibrant colors, and I really wanted some that were a little bit darker and richer than what I usually use for the upcoming Heidi journals that I'm going to make. I'm going to be doing a lot of reds, rich blues, and bright yellows. So let's see what she sent. We've got a little business card here, and it looks like she sent me some freebies. Well, I can tell y'all right now that it smells amazing. I don't know if the freebie she sent me or not is one of them, but I know that she does do dyeing with teas that have floral essences in them, something like that. I may be completely misrepresenting that, but I will definitely be ordering from her again when I have other needs that come up for specific things. So she sent me some dyed, maybe avocado dyed. Is that pinkish brown? The rum pink is what I call it. Doilies. They're very lovely. And I don't know what this is, but it's gorgeous. It's like it's dyed, but it's like a drip or a splatter. That's very unique. It almost looks like the color of roses. And then, she's got them labeled for me. So this is ink. And it's like a midnight blue, but it has some gray in it. A little bit of a gray undertone. These honestly would have been cool for my space journals. So if you are a journal maker and you're doing space journals, you should go order some of this because it's epic. Speaking of epic, my daughter and I did nails, and I was going for an 80s like a 80s album cover look, and I think I achieved it. I'm pretty excited about it. I've been so conservative with my nail colors the past few weeks because I had like weddings that we had to attend that I decided to have fun this weekend. This is cool. I like the way it looks like it's dripping down the middle. This is so cool. And then says Easter egg tablet, which I've never done. I've never tried the Easter egg dyes, but I love it. It's like this beautiful sage. Interesting. And the paperweight, she uses a heavier paperweight than I do, and I think most people do. I want to say it's 30 pounds. I could be wrong, but it's definitely heavyweight. Nice copy paper. This is turmeric. I thought I smelled some turmeric in here too. I love it. I like to make yellow rice. I can't eat the yellow rice in the packages, like the Goya brand, because of MSG. So I found a copycat recipe, and it uses a lot of turmeric, but I love turmeric. That's so pretty. I love that goldenrod color. And then avocado, which was my specific request when I first contacted her. So neat. And then, I like your handwriting also, by the way. pokeberry, which I don't even know what that is, but it's cool. It's like a pinkish purple. How do I describe it? It's maybe mauve with a little more purple in it. I like it though. These are gorgeous. I will enjoy using them. So yeah, definitely the yellow and probably the green will go in my Heidi journals. Possibly one of the darker colors, because I think putting some red ribbon trim or some jacquard trim on the edge of this would be stunning. So I'm talking about my Heidi journals. Those are like 2 or 3 ahead in the queue. Next, after the cat journals, is Sound of Music. And after that, maybe some eclectic, because I have to do some major stash busting. But I plan to do Heidi journals this summer for sure. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you is I went to one of my favorite local stores. It's like a local artisans showcase store, but in the back there is a little room with only antiques in it. And when I say antiques, there are antiques, but some of the things are collectibles. And the person who runs that little booth in the back also is a former stamper / scrapbooker. So occasionally this person will sort of dump some of her stash and try to sell it off. Some of it's not even opened. And so I found a few new and used things in there that day. I found 2 Stampin' Up! Stamps. I guess these are like background texture stamps, but they looked kind of 80s or 90s to me. And I've kind of been on an 80s and 90s stamp kick. I don't know if y'all have noticed. I may use this in the cat journals because of hearts. I'm trying to put hearts in these a little bit here and there. And these are just the cutest little posy looking flowers with dots. I don't know what collection those are from. People who are big Stampin' Up! People can tell me. And of course I had to get this one because of the cat journals. I love the mama cat with her little kittens following her. And I don't know what PSX is. I don't know if it's a brand that was big when stamping was big. But this one is actually Hobby Lobby. And no, it's not. Yes, it is. I don't know. It says Oklahoma City, which makes me think Hobby Lobby, but it says Stampabilities. Maybe it's an old one because it's 2002. But it is a Japanese fan. And I don't really have anything Asian in my stamp collection. My daughter and her best friend are having separate graduation parties, but they are both Japanese themed. So I thought I could use this for decorations, place cards, not place cards. We're not having a formal thing, but like the cards where you put by the foods, like the table, the finger foods. And of course, make a card for her friend for graduation. And I hope this is Japanese. It may be Chinese, I don't know, but we're gonna pretend. But anyway, that was a $2 stamp. This is from Kaiser Craft. I don't think I've ever had any of their stuff. See, it's got the original price, but I only paid, well, when I got to the register, she charged me $1 because it was blank. But this is like a doily, very detailed doily. This will be beautiful for the Heidi journals as well. And maybe Sound of Music because, you know, Austrian lace and all that. And then we have this beautiful, delicate vine. This looks 80s again to me. This is just a cute little corner embellishment. And then this, of course, for sewing journals. She's a little bit more Victorian than I like to use, but hey, for a master board or something, that might be a cute stamp for sewing. Then I found this. I think this is a UK brand. I don't see the actual brand. Card making and paper craft. Maybe not. I could be getting it mixed up with something else in here. But I thought these were precious. Another corner stamp. I really have too many butterflies, but there's another butterfly, and then thank you, thank you. I thought about punching some circles and stamping these and putting them inside, you know, orders. And then that's a cute little buttercup looking flower. Of course, for the cat journals, I had to get, I don't want to mess up I think my polish is still sticky. I had to get some cat stamps. And I'm not a huge fan of square stamps because I feel like it limits you. But I've got a few little shapes in here. But these are just quirky and cute. It's from Inka Dinka Doo. Inka Doo or something like that. And yeah, cute. I don't know why some of them look like they have barcodes behind them. That's kind of weird. Maybe it's blinds. I don't know. And then I never pass up interesting label stamps because I like to make my own labels if I can. I just don't like to spend money on labels. And then this came with a stencil too, which is interesting. I'll have to read about it. I'm not sure why these are packaged together. But this is jelly bean soup. And it was $1. All right, now for a few thrift items before we do the cat update. I found this pair of clip-on, or I guess they're called clip-on roses in a peachy pink. So these would be good in the Peaches and Cream journals, also forthcoming. But also, I'm really trying to find things for the Sound of Music journals. So this can represent the Raindrops on Roses. I don't know how tight the clasp is. It may not be tight enough to be a clip for something on a page. So if it's not, I will disassemble it and turn it somehow into a dangle. This is going into my shop. I don't really have any need for it. I think it's adorable. It's a blank photo album. I'm assuming it's somewhat vintage. It's yellowed. And this looks very vintage-esque. And I love, it's like a Tiffany blue. It's somewhat scuffed and a little dirty, but I think it would make a precious tiny little, well, if you don't use it like it is for photos, you could turn it into an adorable junk journal. You can keep the spine intact or cut this off and build a new spine and make a small square chunky journal, which is one of my favorite kinds to make. I have not sold any yet, but I do love making them. So that will be going in my shop. Y'all, I have college yearbooks, but I had no high school yearbooks in my stash, but I found one. This was actually at an antique store too, not at a thrift store, but I just stuck it in the stack. I did not pay much for it. I refuse to pay a lot for yearbooks. I know they can go for a pretty penny, but this was just super unique, and it's so hometown, y'all. Most of it's hand-drawn. It's from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and which is near Fort Bragg, I think. And it's just cute. Like, here's the plans when the school, I think this is the year the school opened. The first class coming through the new school. I was the first class coming through our new high school. It was great because even the seniors were lost the first day, so we weren't quite as picked on. Yeah, so fun. I mean, just cuteness. They're just so much younger and more innocent looking than some of the college photos I have, so I thought this would be, oh, and the ads are just amazing. So I'll be making little tiny cards for journals out of these. That is the high school yearbook. And then I found this at a thrift store today. So we love to play, well, I say that loosely. We don't really love games, but I'm trying to get us to enjoy playing them every now and then, once a month or so. And we usually do it after dinner, and we'll have snacks or drinks or something and just play as a family. I want to hold on to that as long as I can. This was unopened, and I saw it and grabbed it because of, Hello Cat Journals. But then as I looked at it, I was like, this is hilarious. I think we need to play this. So we're going to try to play it. I'll give y'all an update of how it is. But basically, these little cats are in here in their punch outs. And you put them, I guess I can just show you. It has fur on the cover too, y'all. Like Maine Coon fur. It has two of these little boards that have a flip-up acetate sheet. I guess because you're competing on teams. And then you punch out these caps. And I think you can use more than one at a time if you needed them for your scene. And you choose a card. And it says like movie. Pirates of the Caribbean. So you'll use a dry erase marker and you'll turn your cat into a pirate from the movie. And the other team has to guess. So it may be extremely hilarious. It may be extremely difficult. I don't know. My daughter is an artist. My husband can draw pretty well too. So we'll see. It may be a big fail. It may be the best fun we've ever had. Here is a book. I think somebody who loves cats must have dropped off a bunch of donation supplies last week because there were so many cat things in there, and I decided to leave some things for others because I know there are other people who love cats, and some of the things were in such great shape. I would honestly feel bad about tearing them up, so for a journal. But this has a lot of great photographs in it. Fussy cut cats. Just cute. Cute. Look at that. Cat in action, jumping up onto the counter. Chubby little Kip. That looks like our first cat we had when we were first married. Our baby girl, Odyssey. So yeah, this was really cute and I couldn't pass it by, and there were just very unique images in here. And I will enjoy looking at it and reading it too, because I have no idea what my cats were thinking most of the time. And last but not least, look at this beauty. Now, it does bother me a little bit that it's not centered, but that's okay. This is centered, but this kind of goes up and over. There are a few little, like, there's a dead bug in there. So it may be that I eventually reframe this, but it looks like the real fine wool thread. Crewel work, probably from the late 70s. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, I think we've got some little moth or bug action going on because this stem is missing. But I don't care. I still love it. So this will be hanging somewhere in my home. It is gorgeous. I love it. Before I get to the cat journals, Cindy, I know you told me not to show or do a video. I'm not doing a special video, but I did want to highlight a few of the things that you sent me. My friend Cindy sent me a few little treasures this week. She knew I was doing cat journals and Pete's journals and Sound of Music journals, so she sent me what she had in those categories. But this adorable little Junior Elf book, which is in fantastic shape, by the way. I told my daughter this earlier. I love cats. I love dogs. I've done a journal for both now. I really like theme journals, but I have so many animal things. I wondered if I could just do a journal about animals. Maybe do like forest animals or seaside animals or something, but not limit it to just one animal, or just have animal lover journals. Just if you love animals, a journal for you. So I don't know. I just have a lot in my stash that I would love to use. But this is a cute book and it would fit that theme, definitely fit that theme. Of course, the cat is in here too, but there's so many other cute little pictures in here that I would want to utilize. She sent me a couple of trims for the Peaches and Cream journals, which yay. I'll put those over here because it's beside me here in this folder. And then she sent me this. This was a very 70s book, which she and I both have this affinity for that decade. But the photographs, she said, were very 70s feeling. So I will look forward to using these. Look at that. It's on a vintage car. I think the photographer is Japanese, so I bet most of these photos are taken in Japan, which is even cooler. So cute, y'all. And there's little poems over here too. Look at that. These are going to be so perfect to add into these journals. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy, for this. This is great. All right, so now what you guys have probably been waiting on, let me show you the journals that I am working on. I am putting the pages in right now. There are going to be 4, and they are all cat and kitten themed. 2 are hardbound, 2 are cloth, but they all are one signature. Now, I don't know that I've ever done, I say one signature. The cloth bound ones have to be because of the way they're built. These may be 2 signature, but they will be a lot less pages per signature than I typically do. That is to be determined. I'm going to put the pages together, all together, and then separate into 2 to see which way the book lays better. But I have enough room here to stitch 2. But I have a lot of cat ephemera, but I was afraid I did not have enough to do the typical 1.5 to 2 inch journal spines with, I don't know, 60 pages, so 120 back and fronts. I didn't think I'd be able to do 4 journals if I did them that big. And I really want everyone, the 4 people who really want one of these cat themed journals, to get one. Even if they're a little bit smaller, I figured that would be okay with people. So I did the best I could with the stash that I had. And honestly, the limitation I had on covers with cats that were the focal point. I had a lot of covers with cats that were not the focal point, but they were on the cover. But I really put those aside after much thought because I wanted them to be fully cat themed. This one has a pretty bad tear right here, maybe from tape. So I plan to embellish this and maybe balance it out by putting something on this side as well. I probably will go back and add trim to these as well. This is literally just, I mean, I have just started these as of yesterday afternoon. So all of them have vintage fabric. Yep, all 4 of them. This is like a bark cloth that has some slubs in it. I love it. I only had one small strip of this, so I was able to use it with just a little bit left over. And then this one had, the front cover was bare, like just plain, and it was very dirty. And the back cover had the rest of the story. So I kept the back cover because I did end up taking the story out. Here it is. I decided after much thought, because none of the other books have the story still in it, I was going to make this one the same. I will be using parts of this in all 4 journals, however, because the pictures are too cute not to use. I just decided, because the spine is thinner and it's not my typical little golden book, full story intact, I decided to take the story out. But believe me, these will still be very, very full of cute cats. So here's the pages I have so far. All of them have a music page about cats, 2 or 3 different types of gift wrap. Each one will have 2 vintage greeting cards, graph paper, you know, typical things like that. A little bit of cat themed paper, but I didn't want to make it so cat themed that you couldn't use this journal for something else. If you wanted to write about just daily life, it doesn't have to be about your cat. I just wanted to make it fun and colorful and retro because that is my name. And I think these are going to be fun and colorful and retro. That was Socks. The next one is Tippy Runs Away. This one bothered me a whole lot, and I kept picking it up and putting it down and picking it up because as you can see, it's not designed very well. Like, ideally, Tippy should be flipped this way and the words should be over here, or at least in the middle. It just seems very off to me, but that's okay. I will probably embellish somehow over here. Book corners to be determined. I know people have views on that. I kind of like them to be chippy, but some people love the book corners. I may leave it as an option for whoever buys them. And then the spine is again the 1 inch spine, This is a vintage calico. I left the back exactly like it is because I hardly ever see this back cover on anything. I've never heard of Avon Publications. I found this one at a library sale, and the reason I'm not using the inside of this book, y'all, there was so much Scotch tape on this book. This is all that's remaining. I mean, it's literally just the pages crumble, and it was a very much loved book by whoever had this. Very much loved. But again, more fodder to be able to use as ephemera in all 4 journals. So have no fear. I'm not going to let any of these adorable pictures go to waste. So this one is again very bright. This one has a lot of, I left the originals, I left the writing, I left everything. This one, I will put something over this because this looks like some sort of an acid burn. I don't know what it is, but I'll probably do a side tuck here. And then this one has a lot of pinks and yellows, and this is probably the brightest journal of all 4 of them. I mean, it's bright. It's like 60s bright, but it is, this one is so fun. This one's gonna be maybe a little bit girly if you have a girl kitty cat, because Tippy is a girl. So that's Tippy. Let me get the book toppers for the last 2. Okay, I have, this one's not named yet. These 2 will have names too. This one will be topped by Puff, but I'm not going to name the journal Puff, I don't think. This is Dick and Jane's Cat Puff, and this one is very primary colored, and it is made out of a recycled Amazon envelope, a bubble mailer, and it has sari silk ties, and this will be here, and I'll put something here, or maybe here and here and here, just kind of decorating it a little more. And then this one has inside fabric, and I will be adding pockets, probably cardstock pockets, because none of the laces that I was going to use, they just didn't fit with the cat themed journals. So this will have 2 separate cardstock pockets. And then this one has a lot of red and blue, every other color as well, but I really wanted to sort of stay with the theme. Look at this adorable card. And then another greeting card. So like I said, all of them will have the same number of pages. These will just be all together, and the hardbacks may be split into 2 separate signatures, but they'll have the same amount as far as I know. I haven't fully finished stocking the pages yet. The last one is this little guy who is Tippy. This is Tippy. She makes an appearance on 2 journals. And I have been punching these little daisies out of this cool recycled paper I have, and I will be using those with the center. I'm trying to match these to embellish this topper. And this is tied with beige this is sari silk. Yes. And the inside is an olive green fabric, and then a lot of the same colors that are in the cover are in here. But I'm not being super bound to color, and harmonization is what I'm trying to say in this one, in any of them. I want them just to be fun. I want them to be semi-eclectic, using color as I can, but I'm not gonna leave something out that's really cute if the color doesn't match perfectly. So there's Tippy number 2, but that's not going to be its name. So those are the 4 cat journals. I hope you guys like them, and stay tuned for some more process as I make some ephemera. This is going to be so much fun making cat themed ephemera. I can't wait. But thanks for joining me today. I did not mean for this video to go 30 minutes. So if you are still here, thank you. And I hope that you guys are having a lovely week, and that you enjoy your weekend coming up, whatever you decide to get into. I hope you find some great yard sales. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.